I'm live on the internet. Hello, internet. Good morning, evening.
Hello, all.
Whatever time of day it is for you. We wanted to give you guys, we went to Halloween Horror Nights last night, a couple nights ago, whenever it was. And we just thought we'd share a couple little tips that we learned along the way for everybody. So maybe try and save you some time there because you don't have much time. We had 8 hours there.
Was it 8 hours?
6:30 to 2. So what is that? 4, 6, 7.5 hours. That was my math face.
Stinks and burns now.
So I would say the first big tip, which don't do that, which is very important and we should have done. We arrived like a half hour, 45 minutes after it opened. You should be there at the gates for when they open. And when you do, head to the back of the park for the scare house, the haunted houses that are back there, which is like, my notes, Bloomhouse, The Fallen, The Shining, Dead Waters. You want to go towards the back of the park because those are going to have the shortest wait time right when it opened. Obviously, everybody goes right for the first 2 haunted houses, which are American Horror Story and Saw, right? Mm-hmm. Yes.
Isn't the Hive towards the back too, and Scarecrow, whatever?
Yeah. So the farther back you go into the park, the shorter your wait, so you can maybe pump out 2 or 3 haunted houses before the lines really start to build up.
Yeah, because when we were there 45 minutes late, and we jumped right onto Saw, but when we looked at the wait times, still at that time in the back, they were still really, really low.
And I think our day was like a moderate day. It wasn't too busy, but it wasn't too slow either. I think we were there on a semi-busy day.
And it was Friday night, so... It
was Friday night, and towards the later times, like 10 o'clock, all the wait times were about an hour plus per house. Second tip, if you want to do everything, I would recommend getting the Express Pass. Because there's just not enough time. If you're going to go more than once, then fine. But if you're only going to go the one time like we did, you should buy the Express. I know it's expensive. It's just as much as a ticket. If not more if you get the promotional thing, but it's definitely worth it because we did 7 of the 9 houses. We obviously did all the scare zones because you just walk through them, but we didn't get to do any of the shows and there's really no time for that, quite honestly. We stopped one time to eat, and we rode 2 rides, but the wait times were like practically a walk-on, so we didn't waste much time with that. So if you really want to do everything, you should buy the Express Pass.
It is worth it. I mean...
And just the standing in line alone is annoying. You know, it's hot, humid.
It was raining.
It was raining when we went, which was even worse.
And it's not like a regular line. Like, you have to go, like, all the way to the back of the park that you didn't even know existed back there.
Well, it's
and
backstage.
Then come all the way back in and then go all the way around the building.
Right.
It's like mile long.
They're
line.
not normal queues.
Ooh.
So don't think, oh, well, we'll be in the air conditioning for 45 minutes.
No,
it's
you'll
okay.
be outside.
You'll be outside.
In the dirt, in puddles of water, if it so happens to be raining.
Yeah.
With the mosquitoes and all the bugs. And they turn off the fans. They do not put the fans on for you.
Yeah, well,
it's like,
some were working,
it's like
some
melt.
weren't.
People melt.
They're like, here, sweat, buy more drinks.
Oh, and you want to talk about drinks. If it's not on his list. What Universal Studios does that Disney does not, you need to get on the ball with that, Disney, is they have, what do they call those machines?
They have the souvenir cups that are refillable.
It's $15.
$15
for one.
15 or 16?
No, it's $14.99 for one. If you buy 2 or 3, the price goes cheaper per
But
cup.
you only need one because you get unlimited refills. There's Coca-Cola Freestyle machines.
Oh, the Freestyle machine, that's what
like all over the park, you just put your cup there, free drink. By the time because we don't go to Universal a lot, so by the time we realized that's what was happening, last time we went was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It was like 11 o'clock and we're like, well, we're not going to spend $15 for, drinks for 3 hours, so.
Right, and most of the time we were online anyway.
Right. What, you want to do a couple reviews of the houses?
Sure.
Let's do some reviews. The first house we went into, Saw. I'm personally a Saw lover. I love the franchise, but it was pretty disappointed as far as the house goes. Am I boring you?
I'm just tired, I'm sorry.
Wow. Trying to have a little bit of professionalism. But they reused last time we went, Saul was there. That was the last time we went, and I was excited. And it was better that time. But this time, they pretty much reused a lot of the things they did. They pretty much reused a lot of the things they had before. Because I remember a lot of it. Like, they had the
doll.
The
and
doll.
little,
I think his name's Bill. Billy the doll.
See, I'm in love with the franchise. What's his name?
I don't know.
The doll with the little
the tricycle
thing.
Like that whole scene in the beginning, I think I got footage of it, is reused, and then a couple of the traps are reused, and then they had the pig room, which was reused.
No.
It was good. Scare factor, I would say, it's not really scary. It's more like creepy, so it's not that scary. Has your typical, you know, people like that, but
the babies are sleeping.
But other than that, it's not that scary.
What I don't like about the Saw is the fact that there are the people wearing the mask, that chain thing on his face, that if she doesn't unlock it, it rips her head off, or like all the other crazy things that they had to go through. It didn't seem like, I don't know how to explain it. It just didn't seem real enough. It's kind of like she was just like, but there was like no like story to it. She was just running around screaming with it. And so there wasn't like a, oh my God, her face up. It's really in the dark, so you kind of can't really actually see what she's doing. A lot of the people are like that.
Like if you didn't see the Saw movies, it's like you would just see people in weird contraptions.
You'd be like, what is going on?
Like we know what happens because we've seen the movies. Like she's wearing the thing, and we know her face is gonna explode. But if you didn't see the movie, you'd be like, what's going on? She just has a big thing on her head. Like I don't know, it's kind of lackluster in the detail. But, I mean, overall, it was good.
Yeah.
And just one more tip before we continue on our house review. Don't be afraid to take your time in the houses. The staff there, I don't know if they call them cast members, but whatever. They're always, go, come on. Don't be afraid to build a little bit of a gap between the people in front of you, because you can enjoy the house a little more.
Yeah.
Like they're just constantly pushing people through, which is a little annoying. But just don't be afraid to kind of slow down, enjoy it a little bit more. Don't just keep, oh my God, we gotta go. Next house was American Horror Story. That one was pretty intense. I think that one scared Mary the most. Or The Reaping. It was pretty scary. That house was actually, I've never gotten scared at any of these things. It's pretty hard to scare me. Like the people banging on stuff, yeah, you jump a little bit because it's just loud and right in your ear. But American Horror Story was the only one that genuinely scared me. There was this one room in the insane asylum with a perfectly positioned mirror, so you couldn't see a reflection of yourself or other people. So it looked like just the hallway continued. But right behind the mirror was a Santa Claus, zombie type guy. And he jumped out and he scared the crap out of me. It's lucky I didn't punch him. But it was just the way the
goal for Santa.
The mirror was just positioned so perfectly that you didn't even know it was a mirror, and you just thought it was an empty hallway, and then poof, out pops Santa. So great for American Horror Story. And also
dead Santa.
When you're in line for American Horror Story and then you go into the building, don't get excited, because there is one more line inside the building before you get to go into the haunted house.
They say the total time from the beginning to the end is about 8 minutes.
It was pretty long.
It was pretty long.
It was probably the longest house there, even though they're all, come on, move it. But it was pretty long. But when you're outside in line and then you're like, oh my God, we're almost there. No, you're not almost there. You go into the building and then you're in another line. That line's short. It took about 10 minutes, but I was very disappointed when that happened.
Everybody actually, as soon as they walked in, they went, wait a minute.
Huge disappointment.
They all said it was a disappointment. Absolutely.
The next house.
And I can have a little bit of feelings about these, but a lot of the time my eyes were closed and Matt's back.
Yeah, she gets scared so easily.
I can't. I don't like it.
The next house, Bloomhouse. And we did some checking on reviews as we were sitting in line because we realized we weren't going to have enough time. And the Bloomhouse got the worst reviews, but
2 out of 5 stars.
But I thought it was actually one of the better houses. It was scary. The theming was good. It was a little short, but I thought it was
What was
actually
that
pretty
one? I
good.
forgot.
Remember, it was Purge, Insidious.
Oh yeah.
And another one, I forget. But the theming was awesome.
And it had that nasty woman from the Insidious, that old woman. I was done. Eyes closed after that.
Yeah, I thought the house was very good.
Yeah, it was actually really good.
The scare factor was pretty good.
It scared me. Yep, my eyes were closed.
Mary's terrible for scare
know.
factor. Mary puts scare factor as 5 out of 5 for everything. So don't be swayed by the reviews of Blumhouse. If you have time and the wait's short enough, do it. You won't regret it. It's a good house. If like Purge, I like Insidious, I like, but overall the theming was good.
It's all of your favorite movies in one.
Right. There were a lot of movies I like there. Ash vs. Evil Dead.
That was the dumbest thing ever.
Personally, I think between the two of us, it was our least favorite house.
Yeah.
It's I've never seen the movie. I guess it's a movie, but it's more of like a comical scary than like a scary.
It's like just like this like country guy shooting everybody with his shotgun, walking around. Hey everybody, and he's walking and he starts shooting, and then it's weird. It's weird.
It's not. It's like Shaun of the Dead. That's the only like comical scary movie I've ever seen. Remember Shaun of the Dead? The two police officers with the zombies.
I think so.
Yeah, it's just scary, not very scary. If you like the movie, I guess you'll like the house. But if you want to, I like scary, gory, gruesome Halloween, and that was not what that was at all. That's why we decided to do that and not Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween.
I kept my eyes open the whole time in that one. That'll say something. I know what he's talking about. They fall from the ceiling on like, they have like these things on their back and he falls and he's got like these wings and stuff and he falls and he drops and I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna and then he just stops and he's just hanging there and then they pull him back up. It's they fall on top of you.
And crows poop on you.
So, no, that's American Horror Story. The birds poop on you in American Horror Story. So I'm walking around and I read the reviews. I'm walking around and I hear on my arm. It literally felt like bird poop. It pooped on me. But yes, the fallen, it's creepy. These bird-like things fall on you. You have to look up in the fallen. You have to look up because you don't know unless you look up. And I'm all, and here comes this guy and I'm like, oh my God. The girl behind me drops. It was crazy.
Yeah, I really have no input because I forget.
I kind of did too. That's the problem. You're not enjoying it because you're waiting in line for so long. Now you're going to this house. Now you're waiting in line and you're going to this. It's your house line. So
that's why I think if you had the express pass, you'd enjoy it a lot more.
Yeah, and the pushing and the shoving to try to get through because you're just like, oh my God, I just want to get through the house. I want to get here, get to the next one.
I think Universal should really, what's the term? Pulse the people through. Like maybe let 10 people in, let them get a little bit ahead, and then let 10 more in, so people can enjoy it a little more instead of. It's literally like a human centipede, not to be confused with the movie because that's disgusting, but. It's really just like a snake of people,
just like this close
on top of each other.
Yeah.
It's
and that's why it was so hard for us to record because we had a pile of people.
And you're not allowed to.
And you're not allowed to. You have a pile of people in front of us and we're just like banging into the people behind. It's constant, like too many people touching too many people.
The scariest house by far. And I didn't get scared, but I can see how it's the scariest. American Horror Story, the one thing scared me, but the rest of the house wasn't too scary to me. Scarecrow, The Reaping.
That was
just freaky.
Too much.
Like you don't know what's going on. There's things falling everywhere, coming out of every corner. It's like, wow, awesome.
The problem, that's causing everything to be so scary is that it's like they have this button that they push that turns on this evil if you could think of the worst evil, that's what it sounds like. Like the worst evil could make a noise, that's what it sounds like. It had
the best sound effects, the best lighting,
and it would just come at you and it was just like a growl and it was a screech. if death could have a sound, that's what it would sound like. The scarecrow, that by far is the scariest because, and it's so dark and there's like trees everywhere and it's just,
if you have no time to do anything else but one house, you have to do scarecrow.
For sure, absolutely.
The best house there.
And you know that the ground, your floor that you're walking on is just like, not particle board, 2x4 plywood. So you can feel everything. So when they do that sound, they also slam on the floor. So now all your senses are all messed up. You have no more equilibrium. Everything's gone. You're so freaking scared. It's bad and it's bad. It's scary. I'm not gonna lie. It's scary. I'd hate to see that movie.
The final house we went through, Hive,
which is my kind of sort of my favorite because I like vampires.
No, Mary likes sparkly.
Good, he said it. He doesn't say it again.
Sparkly vampires. These were like scary vampires. But the coolest thing, and you really have to pay attention, and you really have to look at them, which a lot of people don't because they're scared. Oh my God! Their eyes glow when they come. And their eyes glow. It's cool. You really have to pay attention.
Like, it's really, really cool. Like, really, really cool.
But our favorite part, my favorite part anyway, was we were backed up in line because people were stopping. So we were sitting in front of this picture frame thing that a guy came out and scared Mary.
He didn't actually scare me.
Well, he tried to scare Mary. He jumped out of the thing, went, and then we were standing there and... in his mind, he was
Him and I are like dead staring at each other.
And I think in his mind, he's like, oh crap, nobody's moving. What do I do? So then he just stares at Mary with like his glowing eyes and his thing. And he goes, and Mary doesn't move. So the loving fiance that I am, I go, and I start shifting her towards him. And she gets closer like this. And then a big burst of lightning happens. And he just goes, right in her face. And she jumped. It was hysterical. Because she didn't want to, I was like, go. I was so curious as to what he was going to do because you normally don't get like that one-on-one interaction because, you know, you're going. So I was really curious what he was going to do and I was not let down. It was awesome.
I have to say, it is quite fun when you put your scared side away and you like...
When you realize there's just people hired.
Don't confuse me, interact with them, it is kind of funny because it's like a one-on-one kind of, you have to give them a chance because like he was telling me, you don't really get, you know, they don't really get to interact with the people. They just kind of go boo and they jump and then they press on. You have to kind of like interact a little bit, have a little fun with it because then they have a little fun. Right. So it was funny. If you get that, except the clowns,
the one-on-one,
we're not playing one-on-one.
The one-on-one interaction with the actors in the houses because of backups or whatever, and you should really take advantage of it, even if you're scared, because you'll get that one little unique experience. We didn't get to do Shining or Dead Water. I was curious about Shining. Dead Water, meh.
No, I was really curious about Dead Water because I was reading that the floor is like crooked and you're supposed to be in water or whatever, so the floor was kind of crooked and you're supposed to walk a little slanted or something like that. So I was interested in what they were talking about.
And the scare zones, we'll just go based on my list, how I wrote them down. Purge.
Amazing.
Not really scary, but
cool to be in the movie.
Right.
And it was in the movie.
Right. You kind of put yourself right into the movie. I mean, they try and scare you and everything, but there's no, like, zombies or anything. You know, it's people and math. It's just like the movie.
Literally, like if you were on the streets with the guy in the big truck and the guys in the motorcycles. It was just like being in the movie.
They had real trucks and real dirt bikes on the street, which is a nice touch.
They had the bus.
The bus doing the auctions. It was cool.
They did it
Not
perfect.
Scary.
No.
Not scary, but definitely cool. And it's not like... And it doesn't take you out of the Halloween getting scared mood, because it's still like, what's the word? Not creepy, not scary, like unusual, like weird, like, wow, stuff's about to get booped up kind of feeling, right? You know what I'm saying. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but they did a great job with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to try and sum this up because I know this is getting a little long, but our next scare zone was Trick or Treat. It's kind of Yeah, has a creepy ambiance to it, but nothing too over the top. Just a bunch of people in over the top costumes, trick or treating basically. There was Cinderella, Bloody Snow White, and some other weird characters, but nothing too crazy.
Bo Peep.
Bo Peep. So that one, it was okay. That one was okay. Nothing too
They
crazy.
had on the sides. They had like doors and people standing at the doors, like some guy, some creepy like dead guy in like pajamas and a robe. And then another kid like vomiting all over himself. But they do trick you, so be careful. Some of them do like stand there like this, and they look like they're fake, but they're not. So
Yeah.
be very careful because they may be real and they may be fake. And then the one guy, the Scream guy, was just posted up against the wall like this, and he looked fake, and he was just standing there.
Waiting
He
for
was
his
not-
next victim.
He was not fake at all. He was real.
The next one, Festival of the Deadliest. That one was weird, very
That was
weird.
the quick one? Oh,
No.
that was that was cool.
Like there was like these chicks in like half wedding dresses. I don't know how else to
Like they were
explain it.
wearing like a
Tube top?
sports bra tube top type thing. It was white, and then like a white like long skirt thing that touched the floor. And then they had like these antlers on their
They're all
heads.
bloody.
But it's pretty creepy.
The music's pretty good. Like it's like rock death music. It's pretty good.
It was cool.
And then the guys have like antler faces, like antlers too, and then they have like weird deer animal type masks. It was creepy. There wasn't much scaring going on, but they just kind of walked around and like peered and leered
Yeah,
at
it was
everyone.
weird.
Like they had stages and stuff that it looked like they would go onto and do stuff on, but nobody ever did, at least that we saw. Next, Scare Zone Invasion. That was pretty cool.
I thought she was cool. The queen looked so cool.
The aliens were pretty cool, very realistic looking, and then the soldiers that got their mind controlled. One came up to Mary and was like, "It's not safe here. It's not safe here."
Something like that.
And then
Matt took a picture of himself with one of the aliens. I'll post it up to Instagram so you guys can see. It's cool.
I just, "Hey, Sophie."
And she's all like,
But yeah, that was cool. And one of them was like doing surgery on one. You should watch the other video. You'll see. I got good stuff with the Scare Zone.
we'll put the whole video that we went up on the iCard
I'll
above.
probably do it at the beginning of the video because this is going to be like 24 minutes in. And last but not least, Scare Zone. Well, actually, second to last. Altars of Horror. That one is just kind of a melting pot of all the characters that are at Halloween Horror Nights.
The pigs. That's where the pigs are for the Saw.
There's a Saw pig there. There's the twins from The Shining. There's some Purge characters. There's some from the Festival of the Deadliest. There's some trick or treaters.
Everything was on.
Right, it's real small though. Like it's
Maybe like 200 feet wide.
not even.
You don't think it's that
No,
long?
it's
right in front of Saw.
right. It's like the little stretch in between Saw. It's real quick. You're in and out of it in like, I don't know, 30 seconds. The Hidden Scare Zone, which was Mary's favorite, she loved it. She just couldn't get enough of it. Where the clowns by The Simpsons run.
There was like 50.
There was like 50 clowns, all with chainsaws and bloody masks, and they run around after each other. That was probably the coolest Scare Zone, at least for me, because I know Mary hates it, and I love to scare Mary. It's my favorite.
Wait until you're sleeping.
But none of them really got Mary too good. She was on high alert. She was all,
I was on high alert.
one would walk by her and she'd watching them. It's hysterical.
I would not do that.
Yeah, she did. Watch the video. You'll see one walk by her and she goes.
That's how I did with all of them.
And there was one that would walk around the kiosk and hide on one corner, so when you went around, you didn't see him, and they'd hop out. But Mary, as she's walking past the kiosk, she's like,
I gotta get Not
They
gonna
had
get
their-
me. I mean the chainsaws, man. They gotta think of something else.
yeah, different. Chainsaws are cool, but it's kind of overplayed now. I mean, they've been doing that for what, 15 years? Something else besides a chainsaw.
I know a lot of you may not do this, but if you so happen to know somebody who does this, I suggest, in my opinion, it's my opinion, don't bring kids under the age of 6 who knowingly say, I want to go, I enjoy scary stuff, and I like to do that stuff. Other than that, don't bring them. This poor little girl, she had to have been at least 4. She was little, smaller than Bella. This dad...
American Horror Story?
It was Fallen.
The Fallen.
This dad brings her in there. She's right in front of us and instantly grabs her, and she holds on to her daddy like it's her last, life.
Yeah, that was...
Why would you do such a thing? It is scary. It is not meant for children. And curse Universal for allowing it. It should be an 18 or older situation, unless 14 or older, accompanied by a parent, because it really is not for children at all.
That's really one of the reasons why we haven't gone, is because we have kids and we've never had a babysitter.
And I refuse to bring Bella there. Absolutely
it's not for children.
And she even said, I want to go. I don't care. You're not going.
It's it's not for children.
No.
I mean, me more so, I'm more of a lenient parent, so I tend to do things that maybe Mary wouldn't let Bella do, but I wouldn't even bring Bella to this, and I'm a pretty easygoing person.
We saw a girl, she was probably, 10? She was in the clown section, and I was sitting off to the corner. And clown came up to her with a chainsaw.
Scared the crap out of her.
She's crying and staring. He turned around, a couple of them came by, said, who scared you? They completely got out of character, said
took some pictures.
We're sorry, who scared you? We'll go get them. But I get that you wanted to bring your kid there and it's going to be great for them, cool experience, but really, forget about the fact that you're wasting money, because it's not even the point about the money. It's the point of the fact that children should not be there. And on top of that, there's so many people drinking. It's just like a giant...
drunk fest.
To me, it's like a scary... what is that called? Rave. It's like a scary rave. That's what it is to me. Scary rave where everybody's drinking. It's just not for kids.
Right, enough of the PSA.
Sorry, PSA. Sorry.
PSA over.
Done.
And the shows, we didn't get to watch the shows. We saw a little bit of the dancing one. That was cool. A lot of fire, a lot of special effects. We saw a little bit of that. That was cool. And then we heard some of the jokes from Bill and Ted. They're making fun of Disney and Pandora and the Banshees. Mm-hmm. They always make fun of Disney.
Mm-hmm. But we really wanted to see that because
we wanted to see them, but no time. So once again, bring this full circle after a half hour. Get the express pass. Get there early. Have fun. And don't bring your kids.
Cool mates.
Best tips, do the houses first. Get them out of the way. And then you can enjoy the scare zones and just hang out, and you'll have time for rides and to do maybe 1 or 2 of your favorite houses again instead of rushing around.
Right.
That's really it. We hope we enlightened you a little bit so you can enjoy your time at Halloween Horror Nights. Unlike we did. Well, we enjoyed it. We just felt like everything was rushed and we didn't have enough time to do everything.
But I mean, next time we'll know
probably won't, now we know why we haven't gone back in 10 years.
Right, it's going to be at least $400 for the 2 of us to go and enjoy ourselves.
The kids was one reason. The other one, it's just it's just miserable. Standing in line for all those things stink, and then you get rushed through the house, and then I don't know. It's fun, but it's miserable at the same time.
I enjoyed the scare zones better because you were free to walk around. You were free to stop. You were free to see if that guy's moving, if that guy's not moving. You were free to be able to look and enjoy the moment.
And I know there's a lot of people, that's why Universal rushes you, but they should really try and figure out how to limit the people in there because there was one house where we had a nice break in front of us because somebody passed out or something. And when we went through, all the actors, as I said, reset. So they all were in their holes waiting for people. And I forget which house, but that was our best experience because...
Actually, I think it was American Horror Story.
It was our best experience because the actors were ready for us and we got to enjoy the most of it. But what can you do? Anyways, Remember, all of our videos are made with love, and we will see you guys tomorrow with probably a normal vlog. You know, we like to mix it up. We'll do some vlogs, some tips, just things we do in our normal lives that we want to share with you. And this is us sharing.
And remember, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Give us a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below because we do love to hear all your comments. We do love to respond to them. And thank you so much for being with us.
That's it. Peace.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Let's see if I can black out the camera. Hold on, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Camera.